Hello everyone, this is Fantasy-esque, and welcome back to Vampyre Clan in ClanGen, the Warrior Cats clan generator game. When we left off in the previous episode, our clan entered into a brand new war with the Vampire Hunters, another group of Vampire Hunters, after making peace in the episode beforehand. So obviously this is all because of our very troublesome leader, Grandmaster Shivering Star, who has somehow managed to convince all of the clan cats that it is not their fault for sabotaging the Vampire Hunters on a constant basis. It is the Vampire Hunters' fault for not backing off and for continuing to carry this mantle of tracking down and hunting the vampires. So, you know, it is what it is. But this time around, things are a little bit more exciting for us than aside from the war, it was relatively uneventful last time. But we do have a new fledgling in our midst. So let us start off in the leader's den, actually. It is currently Moon 13. We'll start off in the leader's den just to check up on, oh, look at that! Now we're hostile with all the clans again. We were neutral with Gosma clan, the one we recently ended a war with, but I suppose we're back to being hostile with every one of them. Okay, let's go straight to events and see what's going on. Vampire clan cats reinforce the camp walls in anticipation of day clan attacks. That makes me nervous, because the last time we had this, in the following episode, we lost two cats. So I'm a bit worried. Lightsong has gotten a running nose. Dusty Paw has reached the age of 6 moons and has been made a fledgling, with Grandmaster Shivering Star as her mentor. So I suppose the leader decided that the best vampire to mentor his last remaining child was going to be, no one but himself. So he's gone ahead and done that. I'm a little bit worried at what kind of personality a troublesome leader and father is going to shape in his child and fledgling, but it's okay. We shall see how it goes. We shall see. Hopefully Dusty Paw has a strong enough sense of self that she won't be too influenced by her father. But this is Dusty Paw, guys. Look at how adorable she looks. I feel like the gray in her pelt is becoming a little bit more apparent as she gets a bit older, but I love the way she looks. She is loyal. She's retained her constantly climbing and active imagination. So the spirit she had when she was younger has not broken at all, or wavered. And it seems as though she is quite faithful to her father. So this is a bit concerning, because even though she has a strong spirit, I feel like she would kind of take everything her father says very, very seriously. I mean, he is her last remaining family member. It's not like she has the opinion of her mother, whose favorite she used to be, and she doesn't have the opinion of her sister, who used to be her father's favorite. And I wonder if knowing that would kind of give Dusty Paw this kind of desire to constantly please her father, because she knows that the sister that died was her father's favorite, and now she, as the living child, is trying to live up to that memory. Very, very sad stuff, but she looks beautiful. But okay, let's go straight to the medicine cat den. Oh, nothing in the logs, no hurt or sick cats, which is actually good news for us. But let's see how the relationships are going. Blue Jay confronted Dusty Kit about her bad attitude, but that only makes Dusty Kit act out more. So this obviously was before the fledgling ceremony. Master Burnleaf got into an unexpectedly in-depth conversation while on a patrol with Grandmaster Shivering Star. Master Burnleaf gets a little irritated seeing Quiet Flight ignore a mess in camp. Twilight Fade thinks that Blue Jay looks nice today. Twilight Fade apologized to Lightsong for being rude the other day. Grandmaster Shivering Star and Lightsong have a race. Lightsong wins. Quiet Flight is visibly upset to be on a patrol with Grandmaster Shivering Star. Grandmaster Shivering Star accuses Lightsong of lying about something Lightsong has no reason to lie about. Quiet Flight feels a little safer when Twilight Fade joins her in the clearing, so Quiet Flight, feels really good around her former mentor. They have a good bond and friendship. Quiet Flight overhears Blue Jay tell another cat she kind of likes Quiet Flight. Blue Jay, Blue Jay, is the wolf straining her match with Burnleaf too much, and she's giving more attention? Like, she's only allowing maybe romance to flourish with some of the other cats? I don't know. Blue Jay never really gave too much attention to Quiet Flight when Quiet Flight had a crush on her. But is she now, like, going ahead and looking at Quiet Flight differently? Master Burnleaf says something very sincere and comforting to Hazel Pelt. Hazel Pelt swaps favorite prey with Dusty Kit, and then Dusty Kit had the fledgling ceremony. Dusty Paw and Quiet Flight watch drama unfold in camp. They're watching drama unfold. The bit of drama, I know normally I say it's like the last negative thing, but I wonder if the drama that they're watching unfold is maybe between Quiet Flight and Blue Jay, because that's kind of what stood out to me as I was reading. Maybe that's what they're watching, and they kind of have, like, maybe both of them, because it was about Quiet Flight as well, maybe the two of them are overhearing what Blue Jay is saying, or maybe Quiet Flight overheard that, and now Blue Jay is maybe, I don't know, I don't feel like Blue Jay is the type of cat that would hide or be embarrassed by that, but she was overheard. She didn't specifically say it's a Quiet Flight, so maybe she feels a little bit embarrassed, and now Quiet Flight and Dusty Paw are looking at her trying to hide her face, or hide behind her tail. Maybe something like that. But okay, that's all we have for events. Let me cut the recording here and we'll continue with the cat list. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the cat list. First up, we have loyalties, where nothing really has changed between any of the cats, and their views towards Shivering Star. They're still very much loyal to him. I did actually notice two differences in our relationships, which you guys will have already gotten a hint to during events. The first was with Blue Jay. Blue Jay, guys, who has had a romance gain with Quiet Flight. So I find this very fascinating, but beforehand, she never really thought much of her friendship with Quiet Flight. And we know that Master Burnleaf was her match, but also her first romantic experience. And they have been a little bit stagnant, or they were in the last episode, obviously because of the new war that started and maybe the concerns they have towards that. But Blue Jay in this moon, it seems as though she might also be hesitant towards Burnleaf because she knows Burnleaf is still hung up on Pumpkintail. And maybe she feels as though it's disrespectful to Pumpkintail's memory to move things that quickly with Burnleaf. But she has been finding a different sort of companionship with Quiet Flight. She's been looking at Quiet Flight in a different way, in a way that she hasn't really considered before. So yeah, she's definitely noticing Quiet Flight and their friendship in a different light. And the other thing I noticed was with Quiet Flight, who has also had a bit of a romance gain for Blue Jay. So Quiet Flight, we know, had a one-sided crush on Blue Jay, really admired Blue Jay, thought they were so similar and everything. And then, as time went on, Quiet Flight started realizing that maybe the version of Blue Jay she liked wasn't the real version of Blue Jay. It was a version that Quiet Flight had cooked up in her head, based on like the good traits and qualities of Blue Jay, but she had exaggerated maybe them. And the last thing I remember between the two of them is the cats spending time together, having a deep conversation where Quiet Flight kind of realized that there were a lot of differences between her and Blue Jay, even though they're both charismatic cats. And since that conversation, Quiet Flight, I think she more or less let things kind of cool off a little bit, and she wasn't making any sort of advances towards Blue Jay. And then obviously the match happened with Blue Jay and Burnleaf, and so Quiet Flight didn't want to, cause trouble there. But after kind of overhearing that Blue Jay likes Quiet Flight, her, I think, interest in Blue Jay has been renewed. And she is now maybe seeing how she can have a place at Blue Jay's side, kind of around the match that Blue Jay has with Burnleaf, so we'll have to see how that goes. But things seem to have started on Blue Jay's end and rekindled on Quiet Flight's end. So that's what we have for relationship changes. So let's go ahead take Twilight Fade and the two cats down into the ruins so they can listen to the whispers. So we've got Burnleaf and Bluejay, who are friends with each other, but, you know, things are still a formality. Things are still a formality. They are friends, but, you know, it's still a formality. So let's see if maybe this time around Bluejay is feeling a bit more, maybe romantic. Okay, so platonic like, comfort, romance, trust, and respect has increased, jealousy has decreased. So Burnleaf, he now has 3 bards. Bluejay has 3 and a smidge of bards. Okay, so I think Bluejay was a little bit more accepting of romance. Burnleaf definitely was, giving his attention to Bluejay. And you know what? Because he is a lonesome cat, even if he is hung up on Pumpkintail, who was his first love, I think that he would kind of seek the companionship of Bluejay as well. He is, yes, a lonesome cat, but I don't think he's necessarily a cat that wants to stay lonesome. He's already fallen in love once, and I think a part of him craves that company and craves that feeling. So he is trying to move things along with Bluejay as well. But okay, things looked a little bit better today, which is good to see. So now that we've wrapped that up, let's go ahead and see what everyone's doing for the day. Grandmaster Shivering Star is feeling down. Okay, I wonder if he's just feeling worried in general because he's getting up there in age. His daughter is now Fledgeling, but soon she's going to be a Mistwalker and she's going to be exposed to this war. I mean, to be honest, there's no way to not be exposed to this war so long as you are a vampire living within the ruins and within the clan. Maybe he's worried about what future Dusty Paw is going to have once Shivering Star himself passes on. She has no other family to back her up. Okay, so I've got that. Master Burnley feels intrigued by a recent challenge and is strategizing solutions. Hazelpelt purrs as a cool breeze hits him. Twilight Fade saw a 2-legged kid playing with a dog. Bluejay is smiling warmly at a clanmate, so she definitely is in a better mood this time around. Quiet Flight is wishing to be more like Pumpkintail. Oh my goodness. I think Quiet Flight remembers the days of Pumpkintail being so shameless and shamelessly pursuing her mentor Twilight Fade. And maybe Quiet Flight almost wishes that she was as shameless as Pumpkintail and that she would be able to pursue her love, bravely with Bluejay, just the way that Pumpkintail did. I think, now that she's kind of in a similar predicament with a love triangle in a sense, she is thinking to herself like, Pumpkintail was great. Lightsong wants to compliment Bluejay's fighting techniques, and she's feeling a little sick. She's got a running nose. And Dusty Paw is anxious about becoming a Mistwalker. Yeah, her father's worried about her entering the war in like a physical battle sense, not necessarily being attacked in camp. And Dusty Paw is also anxious about becoming a Mistwalker, and I think we talked about this before, living up to the memory of her sister, who was her father's favorite. Ay. Okay, well that's what we have for the cat list. Let me cut the recording here and we'll continue with patrols. Okay, we have 36 prey currently and we need 20.5 so we don't have to worry about food, but let us continue with our patrols. I'll send out our Nightwalker first off, Hazelpelt, to see what he gets up to. As the poppy starts to bloom and set seed in new leaf, Hazelpelt jumps at the opportunity. Proceed. The wind seems to have stolen all the poppy seeds from the dry flower heads before Hazelpelt even had a chance to harvest them, so he couldn't find anything. And then we have our patrol of 6. So Grandmaster Shivering Star is staying very close to his fledgling and daughter Dusty Paw, but let's see what they get up to. And this is, her first patrol out, and it is during a time of war. Quiet Flight spies a fat rabbit on the other side of the Gosma clan border. A tempting opportunity to be sure, but it may not be wise to hunt on an enemy's territory. Proceed. Quiet Flight pounces without hesitation. She glances around, rabbit hanging from her muzzle, but it seems there aren't any Gossamer clan cats nearby. Quiet Flight trots back over the border, her prize in tow and transgression unnoticed. A medium amount of prey is brought to camp. And you know what? Even though the vampires take risks like this, risks under the leadership of Shivering Star, this would kind of be maybe a bit of a lesson to Dusty Paw in the way that their clan functions and the way vampires think. In essence, they have the right to go wherever and do whatever they want. They don't have to adhere to the laws and the rules of the vampire hunters, because the vampire hunters are the ones in the wrong, not the vampires. Okay. So now we have 79.5 prey, which means we're going really well for food. But that is what we have for today, guys. We did see Dusty Paw become an apprentice, and thankfully she had a very, very safe first moon as a fledgling. Fingers crossed this continues over the next couple of moons and she manages to become a young adult. But okay guys, with that said and done, I'm gonna leave off here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye.